following presentation is a production of WLWstudios.com.
When my eyes beheld an eerie sight, for my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
And you are listening to the 4th annual Midnight Jury Halloween Special here on WLWstudios.com, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and of course TuneIn Radio. The one difference between the prior 3 Halloween specials and this one is we're on video for the intro via YouTube, and people can actually see our costumes this year. Cal? Oh, you know what? I'll ask him after I say, I am the 21st Century Broadcasting Marvel Midnight Mike Norenganger.
I'm Adam Henningween.
And I am your very best Starfleet pal, Lieutenant Commander Calvin Brody.
I was going to say, Cal, what are you?
It's a Star Trek thing, so I got my Next Generation fucking combat.
Very nice.
It's actually a Starfleet shirt. I guess it's from the J.J. Abrams universe.
Get on those mic. I don't have my headphones on.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Now.
Sorry.
So I wonder if I can put them on over my pirate.
I knew you would pick it up under the camera, but it's Starfleet, the Star Trek Next Generation com badge replica, and an actual Starfleet shirt that I got at Star Trek Mission New York last month.
Is that really a Star Trek shirt?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's actually pretty slick.
And of course, I am my usual Halloween costume. Last year I was a pirate. I believe I was also a pirate on the Midnight Jury, but we didn't have video at the time.
No, we didn't. But
so,
he was a
just
pirate.
like Ron Swanson, this is my Halloween costume. Like, this is what I wear. No, next year I promise you, I'll come with something else. But for this year, this week and next week,
the eye patch will be on the other eye.
I will
next year.
Oh, but the patch is getting annoying. Like, I'm starting to really want to take it off. And then Adam, what are you?
I'm a clown.
Now, do you have the box for that down here?
Yeah, I'd like to show off.
Yeah, the box is nice.
The box.
Old looking.
Yeah, it's do that, because that's awesome. Like, it will definitely throw people back, especially 80s kids and prior.
I got this at
Where it's just like a mask and like something to put over
Like a
you.
garbage bag, yeah. Like a bib.
I actually got
Flame
it.
retarded.
So we have a pumpkin like cut out, so you can see what costume is inside. But I got this in Philadelphia. It's sort of, I think it was across from Milk and Honey.
I was going to say, was it at that store that we don't talk about that we used to go to? But no.
No,
Not the
actually,
oddity shop.
It was
'Cause
either
now there's the oddity shop
wasn't
and then
the
the
oddity
Asian
shop.
hidden weapon shop.
No,
it wasn't the Asian hidden weapon
no,
shop.
It was either the oddity shop or a store that used to be right next to it that was sort
the
of
oddity
thrifty.
shop didn't have anything like that. It had like the old-timey dentist chair and all that shit, and like stuffed lion.
Wasn't there like a thrift store with like kind of weird
there might have
things
been
in
something
it
there
right
before.
there?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure I got it in that location. But either way, I saw
Maybe it
it.
was a ghost store. Like you got it, and then when you turned back, it was gone.
You know that's what it seems like, because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was where that gothic store or like witchcraft store is now. But they, like you said, they didn't have anything like this. And it caught my attention. It's very similar to like
similar to the Myers one.
the Myers.
I actually asked
from
myself
the remake.
if it was the Myers.
Yeah, from the remake.
The remake had the full mask, but the suit is similar to both.
Yeah, exactly. I wish it's a kid's costume. It's a kid's large. I wonder if I'm fairly thin, very thin. I wonder if I could get into it. I was able to get into it.
Try.
I don't want to
Don't take
ruin
that risk.
I would.
the old
I think we
costume.
should start off the next episode with that.
With Adam trying to get into that.
But like the costume is by Collegeville Costumes out of Collegeville,
PA.
Pennsylvania, and it seems to be one from maybe the 50s.
It's a subsidiary,
Yeah,
it
50s or
seems,
60s.
of the.
I would
see that.
those type of costumes lasted until the 80s,
Yes,
when
yeah.
you just get like
Collegeville
literally
Flag and Manufacturing Company out of Collegeville, PA.
when you get just a plastic mask and something to throw over you that had, like, those were very 70s, 80s, and I guess this was the prior one before it was just plastic.
Yeah.
And they had actually had some material in there.
Yeah,
which is
it's
pretty cool.
it's actually very very similar to flag material.
That makes sense.
But the most interesting thing about this box is what I'm about to show you.
There we go.
Is that on the very bottom of the front here, and if you're watching on YouTube, you could see it says flame retarded, not flame retardant, flame retarded.
You know what you should do? You should.
We should find out how that mistake happened.
What you could have
I
done
really-
is
yeah.
you could have taken the top. You could have taken the lid off. Since that's transparent, you would be able to look through the pumpkin and see if it was lined up to the camera properly. Because I noticed you were trying to.
Let's see. And I just did it. Thank you for that suggestion. That was
go.
that was a little fun.
A little fun for our Halloween special.
The Adam Henning costume.
I'm glad
from
I got.
Collegeville costumes.
I'm glad I got to share this though, and like show our viewers and talk about it, because I've always been really happy to have it as part of my collection.
I mean, on YouTube, there are videos. You could make a whole half-hour video of you showing that box.
No, yeah,
Tapping,
absolutely.
Tapping on the plastic and showing the different
Oh, as far as
fabrics.
like the ASMR
you could absolutely
stuff goes,
ASMR that.
absolutely.
Something I'd like to do now is thank you to Kel for providing the candy inside.
I forgot you knew about ASMR.
But we're using this for the first time in a long time, and it's mine from when I was a child. And most people from the 80s will remember the McPumpkin.
There you go.
As a matter of fact, on the back, if you turn it around, it says McPumpkin right there.
Pumpkin.
And if you look on the bottom, you will see that it says 1986 McDonald's Corporation.
There you go.
What other
This is
varieties
legit.
Were there? There were skeleton.
Well, there was the ghost originally. It was the pumpkin, the ghost, I believe, and a
Think
witch.
Frankenstein?
Or a Frankenstein, a green one.
Yeah.
And then they started to morph and whatever, but this is one of the originals.
Was there ever a white one that was a skeleton?
I don't.
Maybe I'm just thinking of the ghost.
Maybe later on.
I always remember. I don't. Yeah, like maybe later on. I think the original was a ghost though.
Okay.
But either way, it's filled
Sharon, it was a ghost. Big
with some
Sherry
Halloween
ghost.
treats, so I will take some. Here.
Yay,
Let's
we
see
get
how
to
these
go
are.
trick-or-treating on our episode.
Now, this week, this year. Well, because we're a weekly show, so I'm used to saying this week. But this year on the Halloween special, the thing we are doing is we've done a few "Are You Afraid of the Dark" episodes, and what we decided is that the way we're going to work it when we run a sitcom half-hour episode, something to that effect that we want to review, we're going to, let's say we pick random show, Full House, just naming a show. We'll take 2 episodes from the first season, and we'll review them in 1 episode. The next time we get around to deciding to do Full House again, if we do, we'll do Season 2. Thank you very much. We'll do Season 2, and so on. But on occasion, when we get to a special holiday edition of The Midnight Jury, and this eye patch is throwing me off, we're going to do sitcoms that had... Like, something about growing up, I remember that almost every show on television would have their Halloween episode and their Christmas episode.
Yes.
So we've chosen 2. Adam, what are they?
We have Alf, an episode from Season 2. I believe it's Season 2, Episode 6. Some Enchanted Evening.
Very nice. Alf.
But we were just throwing the ideas back and forth of what shows we really liked growing up.
We came up with a bunch of ideas.
Yeah, there was Home Improvement, there was Boy Meets World, and those things are
We even thought like popular shows like Friends, and we went through the gamut.
and we will get to a lot of that stuff in future episodes of like specials and stuff. And the other one is Family Matters.
This is one we're doing.
Yeah, on the Halloween special we are doing Family Matters and Alf. The Family Matters episode is from a later season. I think it's
Definitely
season
a later
6.
Yeah, I was
season.
literally just about to say definitely. A later
Oh
season.
yeah, it's when the show was the Urkel show.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. He lives in their house at that point.
I didn't
I
remember that. We
forgot
can't
that
talk
he-
about this because I have few notes.
Yeah.
But the episode is entitled Stevel, and you'll know what Stevel means when we talk about the episode. But
Why don't we just tell them it's the episode where it's almost a Chucky episode?
yeah, but I don't.
So there's a
I don't want
teaser.
to give away. Yeah, I don't want to give away what the Chucky doll is like. But I think we.
What is a Chucky doll like? It's
No.
very specific.
He's not white. He's on a white doll.
You guys don't happen to have
He's modeled after a
cups
certain
that
character.
are empty, do you?
No.
I don't.
Because next week I have two of my favorite sodas of all time that are always limited edition. Next week, when we do Halloween 3 and we continue, that's something we are very annual about. We do Halloween once a year on the show that's usually closest to Halloween. And next week, we're doing Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. We've already done 1 and 2, and we're moving through. I'm so excited to do that, so I saved my favorite soda of all time, pretty much, for that episode. But right now, I'm cracking open a re-release, the Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal Pepsi.
Very excited
I was
about
surprised
it.
they-
No, have you tried it? No, I don't mean back in the day.
No.
Okay, back in the day,
It looks like Sprite.
I'm
Why
gonna
doesn't it taste like Sprite?
I'm going to tell you right now, I think they changed the formula a little bit.
Can I pour a bit into my mouth? Thank you.
Sure, it's a great watch. Now
Only if you do it sexy.
I've been saving
Real
this.
sexy-like.
I've been, and you can see it all dripping down on his tie. And
Yeah,
shit.
you can.
But anyway, I think the original version of Crystal Pepsi had a different.
Wow,
Had a little
interesting.
bit of a different taste to it. This one tastes very similar to the original Crystal Pepsi, but it tastes like more. This one tastes more like more refreshing Pepsi.
Yeah,
Like it does have a Pepsi taste, but it tastes a little bit more refreshing.
yeah. I always had trouble putting my finger on what the original tasted like, and always had trouble.
Well, the more I drink, I've been drinking so much of this. The more I drink it, the less I can really pinpoint it. But like until I got the re-release, I had that taste of Crystal Pepsi in my mouth. I knew what it tastes like, and the more but it definitely had a little bit of a different taste.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is that Crystal Pepsi, I always had trouble imagining it as a cola, but maybe that's my memory being faulty. You know, it was so long. It was what, like 93 or something, 94. This one,
It might even been earlier.
yeah, this one tastes.
I would say like 93. It had Van Halen in
Well,
the
yeah, it had
commercial.
Right Now.
Yeah.
The
so-
commercial.
This one I tasted almost pretty
They've actually
immediately.
even been later.
It was either 93 or 94.
I feel like
Or
right
maybe-
now,
it was-
right now is on
I-
For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, I think came out in like 94 and 95? No?
But I'm sure it'd be easy to look up. We can look that up.
Look it up.
But this one,
Lewis, get on that. Do
this-
something.
This one was like cola. I could see the I could taste the cola aspect of it very, very easily, I thought. And I don't remember it being that clear to distinct. I don't remember being able to distinguish cola as the flavor or like as the first reaction when I tasted the original.
I feel the same way
Right.
about the original Crystal Pepsi.
because like the original Crystal Pepsi, I was like,
It had a different taste.
it was like, like that's interesting that they would make a clear cola, but I don't know if they succeeded at making it taste like cola. Because I feel like whatever ingredients are in cola to make it cola,
Yeah, like the caramel
are dark
coloring or whatever
Yeah.
has to contribute some sort of taste.
Yeah, exactly. And where the vanilla extracts or the cinnamon or whatever, those are all dark things, you
Right.
know. So unless you bleached every ingredient, but yeah. So
All right. Well, guess what? When we get back from this break, we're going to be coming to you first. The first segment, we'll do Alf. The second segment, we'll do Family Matters. And then we'll leave you. And then next week, we come back with the second half of our Halloween special with Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
I just wanted.
I'm excited this year. I'm excited for Halloween.
It's very exciting. I just wanted to show off this Halloween tie that I have on, and then my a clown shirt. I've kind of just
And then I want to show off my penis, and
Disturb-
here's my
a
penis.
disturbing clown shirt. This is I think a shirt. I think they were going for a Killer Clowns. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
crazy
inspired by
clown,
Killer
like-
Clowns by this when they made this shirt. But it's not a Killer Clown shirt. I do have a Killer Clown shirt. Mike actually got
It
it
is
for
a
me.
killer clown shirt. It is a shirt with a killer clown on it, but it is not a Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Exactly. Mike actually got me the movie shirt for my birthday, I think it was. But and then the other thing I wanted to just quickly talk about, because it happened a little while ago, but being that it's a Halloween episode, and this story relates to a popular figure in horror.
I completely forgot about this, and I was ready to lead us right out.
No, well,
That's okay.
I'll
Take
be
a
as
few-
quick
go-
as
go
possible
for
with it. So it relates to Chris Hardwick, the Talking Dead talk show host.
So gross. People from our generation may remember him from Singled Out.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of that show, but I am familiar that he was on it.
These are so gross. We got these. All right.
They're like melted.
From the Rite Aid near the studio, we got these Reese's Ghosts. And so it's like white chocolate with the peanut butter, but I guess they just got all melty. I don't know if they're like old. It's just they look all greasy and gross. I don't even want to eat it.
I did. I sucked it out of the wrapper.
Yeah, it's like oysters. Nah,
Yeah.
nah. I'm good on that.
I never understood.
Crappy Halloweeners.
I'm sure the Twizzlers are good.
Probably.
Anyway,
Gross.
so the Chris Hardwick thing.
Fucking milk duds.
I have not been enjoying Fear the Walking Dead very much. Like, there are more moments on that show where I'm like, what the hell?
Look at these milk duds. It's so gross.
No.
I'm sorry to interrupt. But look at these milk duds. They're so gross. They're like, milk duds are supposed to be the rich, like, milk chocolatey brown
they're all
color.
powdery white.
And instead, they're all just like old. This
Ew.
Rite Aid has to have. This must be from previous Halloweens. That's really
Shame on
Rite Aid.
Or they're just storing them poorly.
Gross. So gross. I'm not gonna. I'm
So the
sorry, folks. I'm not gonna take the trick part, which is a fucking worm, like fucking tapeworm, in my fucking digestive tract.
So anyway, so I don't
Sorry.
like Fear the Walking Dead very much.
It seems like nobody does.
But I watch it because I'm it's almost like a morbid curiosity, like when you pass a car wreck and you have to look.
Right. And see just how bad it can actually get.
Yeah, like I'm surprised, like I'm really kind of shocked sometimes by how stupid some of the stuff is on the show. Like I can't.
And you tweet about it at Midnight Jury.
Correct. No, you could see my observation. Sometimes Mike will tweet about The Walking Dead too. I've been more kind of adamant about tweeting about Fear as of recently. Anyway, so one of the episodes ends, and it was a really lackluster episode. Like nothing happened.
In a series full of them.
In a
Allegedly.
series full of them, and this one especially was like really boring and just nothing happened. It was like crappy. And the show ends, and that's where AMC viewers know that, you know, the last scene of Fear or The Walking Dead, then you see Chris Hardwick come on your screen, and he starts kind of going over the big happenings of the episode, and he wants to...
But there were none?
Yeah, he wants to excite you about watching his talk show where they talk about the episode that just transpired. But his, like, intro pitch was so, like, low energy, and you could see him struggling to act excited, but you knew that he knew that there was nothing to be excited about, and it was just awkward to watch him struggle with that. So I made a tweet, something to the effect of, like, watching Chris Hardwick try to act like the happenings of Fear the Walking Dead are exciting, or like that watching Chris Hardwick act excited about Fear the Walking Dead is like painstaking. It's like it's like really uncomfortable. I said something about that, or something like that.
You worded it in the way that it's almost like Chris Hardwick and producers of this Talking Dead show shouldn't be wasting their time making a show about this show.
Yeah, exactly. Like with Walking, I think it can be inferred that with The Walking Dead, you don't have to put on an act about being excited, or with other TV shows, it wouldn't be the case. But with this one specifically, it's like kind of a stretch that he has to even, that there's even a talk show that has to go over the events of the show. I hate to put the onus on you, Mike, but
the onus.
Can you just summarize
the onus on me? What are you talking about?
The
anus on you.
You said that, and then he spent an entire day arguing with us.
Yeah, basically.
Like he thought we was going to change our minds or something.
Yeah, he was like, thanks for projecting onto me, man. That's cool. Something like that. And I was like, I think my initial response was like, it's nothing against you. My point was that Fear the Walking Dead, there's nothing to be excited about. And
right.
It's clear that you're shilling.
I didn't say that.
I did.
But Mike eventually said that. But Mike's right. That the story really lies in the fact that Chris
At one
Hardwick...
point I said to him, I was like, dude, calm down. I get it. Like, they pay your paycheck. You put the show over. Like, okay, we're just saying it was a little awkward because the show doesn't have the excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
no,
doesn't deserve it. And after, like, a wrap-up, like, hey, remember what just happened? Yeah, because, like, two things happened. It was, like, not...
Yeah, if that. And yeah, the story really is just that Chris Hardwick seemed to be really insecure, like a crazy level of insecure, and then wasted, like Mike said, literally, like
a day.
Yeah, there had to be like at least 20 tweets from him, right? Where like the Midnight
Could
Jury,
have been even more.
the Midnight Jury really got under his skin, and eventually me and Cal went babyface, where you wound up being the villain to him.
I don't think I did
because I got
anything. I
tired
got
of-
dragged along for the ride like I'm part of a group text.
No, I got
my phone buzzing every fucking 2 minutes.
No,
Does yours buzz?
Yeah.
I turn off the buzz thing, so I get notifications, but it's not buzzing.
Oh, yeah,
or,
no,
like,
mine-
interrupting
yeah.
every time.
No, it was just because I was tired of the shit. It was like back and forth for hours. And finally I was like, look, dude, like you're a shill for a network. I get it. You get paid from them. It's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Eventually, he blocked us.
Yeah.
But not before investing, like we said, all of that time and energy. And
So why don't you just block us at the start?
Yeah, no, like we weren't trying to be inflammatory. Was that the word? Inflammatory?
At the same time, I like that he didn't block right away because that's the coward's way out.
No, no.
It's the coward's way out to block it regardless.
That's the CM Punk
I don't think
way
we have
out.
one person blocked ever.
I mean, I think it goes to show that we were, we were intelligent, I guess, in his mind, or like, up to an intellectual standard that he felt like it was a worthy endeavor to debate with us.
Well, it wasn't like Chris Hardwick's stupid
Yeah.
and his show is stupid.
No, but
It was you said from what I remember in not losery terms like this doesn't need this type of show.
yeah, no,
yeah.
exactly.
You can't get excited about a show that isn't exciting.
And it seemed as though fans of Chris Hardwick's and people like you explained it to me after, because I couldn't see some of the tweets after he blocked us. But you were saying that some of his diehard fans were like kind of latching onto the conversation that we were having with him, because they were seeing like Chris Hardwick sending dozens of tweets at us.
Yeah, one person wrote like, "Yeah, give it to him, Hardwick," or something like that, and I was like, "Did this person read the conversation?"
Yeah, and then you actually, I think, wound up having a side conversation with at least one of these people.
Well, the best was when Chris Hardwick and anyone who's listening to the Midnight Jury knows this is like calling the kettle calling the pot black. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
The teapot calling the kettle black.
Yeah. He said something like, "You may not realize it, but sometimes you come off as abrasive." And I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, I know exactly how I come across because I don't sugarcoat
Yeah.
shit. I just say it. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was just an interesting little thing I wanted to mention before we cut the before we
Cut
went
the
to the
feed.
next
Cut it.
segment.
Well, I'm sure if people went back on our Twitter like tweets, they could find it.
Yeah,
At least our
could see our side of the conversation, surely.
But anyway, we're the Midnight Jury. WLWstudios.com, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio. It's our 4th annual Halloween special, and when we get back, it's going to be Alf and Family Matters, their Halloween specials. But right now, some ads and our TV show theme of the week.